welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I'm going to show you all the money making methods you should use from early game, mid game and late game, and give you some awesome tips to make a few coins in Hypixel Skyblock. Now, before you go, make sure you leave a like, subscribe and turn notifications. If you could subscribe, it would really help out the channel, and you can always unsubscribe later. So, without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Right, so if for early game, I'd suggest a few things. Now, if you've never played Skyblock before, there's this thing called a community house place that you can get a few awesome things from. Now, if it's your very first profile, you've never had another profile before, you'll be able to claim a free booster cookie. Now, this is really awesome. I've talked about this hundreds of times, but you basically, if you claim your single cookie and eat it, you will eventually gain up to 4,800 bits depending on how much you play in those 4 days, and it also provides a bunch of epic boosts that are really useful, honestly. You get like 20% skill XP, 15 magic find, keep coins and effects on death, that's really useful, stuff like that. So they're really useful, and also these bits can then be spent in the bits shop to get some awesome things. Now, a few things I would suggest is a god potion, they're always useful, and heat cores. I'm going to try and buy some of these. I might buy one right now, actually. But these heat cores can then be crafted with your enchanted lava buckets back at your base, and that leads on to my next tip. So, to start off with in early game, you need to make sure you have your minions set up properly. Now, the way you want to do that is obviously you won't have enough heat cores at this point, but with enchanted lava buckets and super compactors, you just pick a minion. Normally, I would suggest probably clay minions are very good early game. Melon minions are decent, but they're expensive to upgrade, so probably not them early game. Lapis minions are very good. If you can get your hands on a snow minion, that would be very nice, but I don't think you will be able to. I definitely wouldn't recommend diamond minions, but anything else you can think of, just try out these minions. So the collections you're going to need in early game are obviously lapis and redstone. They're quite important because you get accessory bag slots from this, and you also get grand experience bottles from that. So it's very useful to have some of these. I'm going to put my best lava bucket in one of these snow minions. I think will make. I don't know how exactly you craft this, but I'm going to try and make a better lava bucket. I don't know how this works, so but yeah, just making sure you get your you have to do buckets, okay. Making sure you get all of your minions set up properly. Now, obviously you can start with compactors, that is useful, it is fine enough, because if you collect, like say you have lapis minions or redstone minions with compactors, as long as you collect them every sort of 4 or 5 hours, you should be fine. Maybe even longer than that, you probably have about a day before they fill up. And if you get storages as well, that will leave it even longer, which is really awesome. And you can make yourself a bunch of stuff. Right, we've got a magma bucket now, which is really awesome, and I can put that in here. Okay, cool. Right, next we're going to move into the mid game, and I have a few ideas, but let's head straight into the end, I think, first. Right, so in the end, there's a good few ways you can make some money. Now, the main one is obviously farming zealots. Now, if you've never done this before, it's quite easy. This is going to be a mid-game thing because you can't really do this in the early game. Obviously, you might have combat 12, which is what you need to access the end, but mainly you won't have speed and the damage to one-shot these guys, which you need to farm them effectively. So, using that god potion earlier, this is a very easy tactic. I'm using Shadow Assassin, which gives me no speed and no jump boost, but those god potions allow me to get up to just like 300% speed really easily, which is pretty awesome. And I've had some bad luck with summoning eyes recently. I got to a 900 and something zealot, which is very bad. If you don't know, there's a zealot counter up here with Lunar Client, it got to like almost 1,000 before I got a summoning eye on stream the other day, which is very annoying. But yeah, you can then sell these summoning eyes to the bazaar for 655k, which is pretty awesome. So you can get I'd say you can get a summoning eye every hour or ish, depending on how quickly you can farm. And I hate the people with the frozen scythes, they're really annoying. But yeah, if you manage to get a summoning eye, you can just sell it, and that is really awesome. I don't know, I wanted to think about the obby chestplate for a second. I know there is an obsidian defender attacking me right now. I think it's called obsidian chestplate, actually. Obsidian chestplate, yeah. So they seem to go for about 7k. No, it's definitely not worth grinding those. But I was just thinking maybe you could make money by that, but you can sell your pearls. Definitely is a good idea as well. That you get from farming zealots, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's a decent way to make some money early game, and also while you're in this lobby, you will get dragon frags, which I will talk about in a minute. So yeah, getting these dragon frags, what you can do with them is there's a thing you can do. If you don't know, bazaar flipping is basically a method to make a bunch of money that most people will use. And a good bazaar flip currently, I saw this on a YouTube video the other day, is flipping dragon armor. Now, if you search up wise, the lowest, or we'll go for young actually, young dragon. So the cheapest young dragon boots is 197k. Now we can see, I don't know, this might have changed since, I don't know if this is actually going to work, but so say you bought 40 wise frags, how much would that cost? Let's see. So actually it would cost more. So currently that flip isn't working, so don't do that. But yeah, there's a few other ways I can think of, but mainly next thing I'm going to go on to is my recent obsession with dungeons, and actually how I've managed to somehow make progress in it. Even though you're probably not interested in dungeons that much, it can make you a few bucks. Now, the thing I did was I started grinding some floor 2s. I managed to get myself a carry to complete floor 5 and get myself Shadow Assassin and a Livid Dagger, which is definitely something I would suggest doing. But you probably don't try not to get scammed, because I've done that before and it's not very nice. So but yeah, running a floor 2 is quite a good idea if you have the gear. Just keep running these floor 2s until you might eventually get a 50. I think I got this Ultimate Wise book for 50,000 coins in a chest, along with some essence. So just look for these, learn the prices of all the books and the stuff, and then you can figure out if it's good to buy. This might come with all the lowest. It's just going to show Ultimate Jerry. Wise, I think. No, yeah, that's not in China, is it? Books. Okay, Ultimate Wise 1 is 140k at least, so yeah, I can make about 100k profit just by doing that dungeon run. Obviously you won't get that every time, but that is very awesome to use sometimes, and that is very cool. I think that's most of the myths. I don't know too many endgame myths, because I kind of only just reached the endgame, so yeah, there's I'm trying to think of any other ones. So in the endgame, obviously probably farming zealots is your best option, because you have all the gear to do everything, and there is a few insane flips you could do, or do something like that, or there is a few exploits around that could maybe earn you some coins, but I wouldn't recommend doing those. So yeah, that's basically all I can think of to show you how to get some money. Just obviously flip stuff, do everything you can to try and get your coins, and then save up. I'd honestly say the biggest thing for me for making money is minions, and that is how I made my riches. Basically, I've now got a lot of coins because I sold my Superior actually, and when I bought my Shadow Assassin and Livid Dagger, that is what I traded it off for, but I've still got a lot of coins left over. I think Superior might be very overpriced for what it is, honestly. I wouldn't recommend it too much unless you don't play dungeons at all. I wouldn't go for Superior. So yeah, that's basically all the money making methods I can think of to show you how to sort of progress between early game, mid game, and end game. But if you did enjoy, please subscribe. I know I said this in the intro, but yeah, that's going to do it for today. So goodbye.